Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. Today I speak with a heavy heart. My bro, Hunter. He's been locked up in prison. He's going to freaking prison, dude. He's going to freaking prison. It's a painful time for the Biden family. But we stand together in support of anybody convicted of 3 felonies and a gun trial. Not the other stuff he done, but this. We stand. Let's unite in hope and faith, believing that brighter days will be ahead where he can actually be held accountable for the things that he should be.
Welcome to the revolution.
Oh, Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden is convicted on 3 felonies in a federal gun trial. Is this a psyop? Is this something that Republicans should be rejoicing? Finally! Finally, Hunter Biden is held accountable for something. And as long as he's held accountable for something, I am happy. Because that's what it's starting to feel like. I don't see Republicans and conservatives rejoicing over this verdict. This verdict of 3 felonies. Why? Why aren't Republicans rejoicing in this moment of finally something is happening? Maybe because it's the wrong charges. Maybe it's the ones we don't want to actually talk about. Hunter Biden might deserve to be in jail for something, says Thomas Massey, who's usually my gauge if I'm on the right foot sometimes. Hunter Biden might deserve jail for something, but purchasing a gun is not. There are millions of marijuana users who own guns in this country, and none of them should be in jail for purchasing or possessing a firearm against the current laws. And we go to this. Blake Masters. Hunter Biden made millions of dollars off an unregistered foreign agent, but the DOJ doesn't want you to focus on that. So they gave him a smaller firearms charge. Just so the Democrats can claim, hey, nobody's above the f***ing law, okay? Be happy, Republicans, I told you. While covering Biden's corruption. Anybody with a brain cell knows exactly what's actually happening. They want you to forget about everything Hunter Biden did and Joe Biden did in the past and say, hey, look, they were charged for the Hunter Biden laptop stuff. Okay, they were charged for it. It's like, get over it. He's being held accountable. Nobody is above the law. And then it's like nothing is on accident. Nothing is on accident. What's up, Maggie? What's up, Todd? What's up, Valerie? Thank you guys so much for being here. Nothing is on accident. Joe Biden had a thing like this already pre-planned, knowing what his son's verdict would probably be. Biden heralds his efforts to strengthen gun laws hours after son convicted of firearms charges. They saw an opportunity to talk about gun stuff, and then they took it. They used his own son to push new legislation. Joe Biden is not a good person. Can we stop with that? He's a typical politician. Oh, my son's getting charged with gun crimes? Let's talk about gun violence in America. Because he lied saying I didn't do drugs when he purchased his firearm. Like, I'm supposed to actually care about that? When the other crimes, the IRS stuff that we still haven't been convicted of, or these secret deals, or how the hell he actually became a CEO of a company on the board of Burisma, like how he was able to gain so much strength in that. See, let's not get too excited, because this is nothing, a big nothing burger. So much so that even our own man himself, Donald Trump, put out this statement. Many people have been asked for me to comment on the conviction of Hunter Biden, Sleepy Joe's son, found guilty of lying on an application for the gun. Hunter Biden is a terrible person who funded millions of dollars from other countries to his father. Even so, it's hard to blame me for wanting a gun. It's hard to blame him for wanting a gun, which has a God-given right under the Second Amendment, probably the greatest amendment of them all. If we're being totally honest. I love that he wrote that. His father, one of the worst presidents, is more concerned about making gun control people happy, and that's exactly what's happening. Hey, gun guys, we're right. We agree with you. And don't look into the funneling of money or how the Bidens have become one of the most successful families in the history of political families. Don't look into that kind of stuff. We'll get this guy on gun charges. Don't worry about that. Trump goes on to say, don't worry, Joe. I will save your son after I get elected for the third time. He's going to pardon him. He's already jumped the gun on pardoning him. And then we have, this is the typical leftist response right here. Here's the typical leftist response. Notice you don't see outside the courthouse after Hunter Biden was found guilty in all 3 charges of his gun case. Nobody is crying or melting down. Nobody is screaming or threatening the prosecutors. Nobody is calling the trial rigged. Yeah, because it would be like me murdering someone and then somebody slapping me with driving over the speed limit charges. And I'm like, hey, nobody's above the law. Okay, I got charged. You guys should be happy. This is a false flag. This is nothing to celebrate. This is their nobody is above the law. See, we got Trump on charges. We'll get Hunter Biden on charges. Nobody's above the law except for Joe Biden with his own documents and stuff like that. Like nobody's above the law or the diary that we're not allowed to talk about and stuff like that. Nobody is above the law when it comes to Biden's. And I'm going to use this moment to talk about gun compensation. This is ridiculous. This isn't a W. This is just about talking points. That's all this ever is in politics, is talking points. See, MAGA supporters, you guys are just crazy. We'll go after anyone. The MAGA people are just insane. They're cultists, not us. We're logical thinking human beings. We'll put down charges for anybody that deserves it. Joe Biden doesn't. He's clean. He's a good guy. He's a good grandpa. Per usual, the real charges of the elitists never get sought after. That's why we have Epstein's client list. We're never going to find out. We're never going to get down to the bottom of it. Who was on the island? What I want to, like, that's a perfect example. Or like any politician that does day trading or trades and makes millions of dollars off of deals that they know secret bills that are being signed for. Like, we won't actually get down to anything that matters, but we will slap you with a driving over the speed limit charge. Be happy, Republicans. No one is above the law. So this is going to be a talking point, and it's going to be boring, and that's all it is. So don't think about it anything other than that. It's just a talking point. This is finally we have something Biden can say when Trump goes to debate Biden and Trump says, you're locking me up for nothing. And it's a political witch hunt and you're locking up political opponents. He'll go, well, we're locking up my own son over this. So no one is above the law. That's all this is going to be. That's it. All right. Let me see some of y'all's chats. Freaking love you guys. Todd. Good evening, Mr. Derek. What's up? I feel a pardon. Oh, a pardon is coming. He won't actually get locked up for what he should be locked up or anything like that. There's like mounds of evidence of other things. Valerie says, poor Hunter will be inmated by President Trump. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. Let's see what happens when the tax evasion charge. Yeah, let's see. I doubt it. He did use his son, drug addict, to start a civil war in Ukraine. I mean, well, not only that, he's using his son to start pushing down the whole gun. Like, Joe Biden is doing the greatest hits tour right now because his poll numbers are such trash that he's like, oh, I got to do, white people are racist against black people. It's not working. Black people are actually becoming more Republican and more conservative because they're starting to see how this immigration problem is disturbing communities everywhere and affecting their own. And so it's not working. And so you can't do the racist thing anymore. So it's like, I'll go after gun charges and I'll start giving all these rich people that went to college, I'll forgive their loans. I'll do that. Maybe that'll gain some steam. Brandon looks like a clone. Meanwhile, Biden lawyers are arguing gun and drug laws are unconstitutional. Yeah, well, maybe this will be ushering in the new Biden where, drugs will no longer be a charge at all. They'll legalize it all. This will be the trial that pushes it forward. Joe Biden will get home. When Joe Biden gets home, Hunter, are you on restriction for 2 weeks and you are on restriction for 2 weeks and no TV. What's up, Violet? Twitter chat works on my phone again. Yay, I'm 100% agree that the Hunter is nothing like Junior. Okay, yeah. I didn't even bring that up. Let's see. This I sometimes I engage with Destiny's followers. And those of you who don't know who Destiny is, God bless you. But he's like a prominent centrist / leftist. I don't know what he is. I think he's just a shit talker. But he goes on to he starts talking about the Hunter Biden stuff. And he's like, this guy says, are you willing to publicly concede that this is proof that Joe Biden's DOJ is not corrupt and based against Republicans? Biden has had absolute power to pardon Hunter and to kill the investigation into him and has chosen to do neither. So this guy is responding to Piers Morgan saying President Biden, Hunter's son, is guilty on all accounts. And then Destiny says, are any of the epic centrists talking about this? Can you imagine if the DOJ indicted and convicted one of Trump's children while he was in office? They would be losing their f***ing minds. Just kidding. Actually, Trump would just pardon his kid. And then I wrote, Hunter and Don Jr. are not the same. It's like... Is Don Jr. going around smoking crack? It's like, I don't even want to focus on the crack smoking thing. I think that is something that you should not focus on. It's the same with this gun charge. I'm focusing on some of the money laundering, how he became so rich, his influence, getting on the board of Burisma, like all these, the big mans in town, like all the Hunter Biden laptop stuff that they just said that was real. I'm focusing on that stuff. Is Don Jr. doing that? No. If he was, then I would say, yeah, go after the prick. Like, why? Anybody with 2 cents would agree with that. If Don Jr. was going around to different countries saying, hey, I can get my dad on the phone if you want, so you can have some of that power, girl. He's not. But man, did I trigger some of these idiots. Of course, this is a typical response. You engage with the left, you engage with them, and then they immediately give you absolutely nothing back. It's like, yeah, I know. I'm an idiot. I don't know if this is, and he has more likes than my own tweet. He's ratioing me. But that's some of the brilliance that Destiny brings to the table. And then this idiot says, Hunter's a much better person. It's just like, sometimes I wonder, like, why do I engage with idiots? What am I doing? And then I realize I gotta have fun. And then I put up like a good faith comment, and I'm like, why did I do that? I should just go back to just talking crap and everything's useless and everything's meaningless. Like, I don't know why I do this kind of stuff with these people. Oh wow, you're streaming on X, crazy. Yeah, I'm streaming on X, Rumble, YouTube, Twitch for funsies, and Kick. You see some people want Hunter as president, they see him as based. Yeah, Hunter Biden has the real scoop on Joe Biden. He's gonna finally let us know who Joe Biden is secretly. they're all living in La La Land. I don't even know if it's La La Land. They're just like, they just love chaos and they love like saying nonsense and just talking crap for no reason. This guy, I think, says it pretty good when it comes to the Hunter Biden stuff. I am a fan of a man with a tucked in shirt. Listen wisely.
Hunter Biden is guilty. Everyone in the world's known that for a long time. Today, a jury in Delaware found him guilty, but do not take the bait. I plead with you. The media is going to say this is the rule of law working. It's even. What's happened with the lawfare with President Trump and all of their conservatives is now okay because they got Hunter on this one thing. That's not true. They charged him with the lowest level thing they could find. Okay, this is about lying on a form to buy a gun that he was addicted to drugs.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like the person murders his wife and then he gets charged with like a parking ticket. And he's like, yeah, nobody's above the law. It's the same. I apply the law to the same people, okay? We want you to forget about everything else he did, though, okay? Okay?
Clear as day. Everyone knows that. They did not charge him with running an international pay-to-play influence peddling scheme with his father as the product, with his father's awareness of it. They did with some of the most corrupt corners of the world, the CCP, the corrupt corners of Ukraine. Any corrupt area you point to, the Biden family had some sort of business dealing. They picked the one crime that they could say had nothing to do with Joe, had nothing to do with acting as a foreign agent, and they charged him with that solely to make this kind of plea that now there's things happening on both sides and everything's over.
Yeah. Nobody's above the law. I can't wait for the MSNBC quotes that come out. No one's above the law. Hunter Biden is just like Trump. Psychoanalysis time, mail time. Yeah. I wonder if Jill is in therapy yet. Dude. We should do like a deep dive. What if Jill is being held against her will? Jill has uncovered secrets of the Biden family and is being forced to stay.
Okay, that's not true whatsoever. This is what they tried to get away with last summer when we threw a wrench in their plans. They went to court in Delaware, and under the guise of tax and gun, the Biden administration wanted to offer him a global plea that would have excused him for everything else he did involving his father and the rest of the Biden family. The same thing's at play right now. This sets up for a potential global pardon, where his father Joe could say, I am pardoning this verdict against my son, and it's going to include, guess what? Everything else that connects back to Joe. That's what we need to be on the lookout for.
That's what we need to be. That's exactly what's going to happen. Anybody with two brain cells knows that's what's going to happen. Again, this was all about talking points. This was all about, nobody is above the law. It's totally normal. And then remember that during this gun convention that Biden was talking, again, immediately after his son is charged, he does a speech about gun control. And then he immediately, there he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend. Hunter Biden, what happened to you? He immediately used his son's trial to talk about this. Nothing is coincidence in life. Okay, especially when it comes to politics. It's just like, I don't give any credence to any of this. Okay, and then he goes on. So Joe Biden is still not done with this lie about him being a professor, and he says it today.
Are so damn important. We need you. We need you to overcome the unrelenting opposition of the gun lobby, gun manufacturers, so many politicians when they oppose common sense gun legislation.
Yes.
I used to be when I was no longer the vice president, I became a professor at the University of Pennsylvania. Before that, I taught
when he was no longer vice president, he became a professor of UPenn. It's in the history books. Look it up. It's in the history books.
I'm gonna come.
So here we have him. It's like you can always tell when someone starts lying. They immediately start fumbling words a little bit. Like, it's like a kid. Did you take from your sister? Like, he immediately starts having a mental breakdown.
I'm a professor at the University of Pennsylvania. Before that, I taught a constitutional law class, and so I taught the Second Amendment. There's never...
Joe Biden taught about the Second Amendment. Another lie. It's incredible.
Been a time that says you can own anything you want.
Yeah.
You couldn't own a cannon during the Civil War.
How many shots do you need for a deer?
Think about it.
Think
How
about
much have
it.
you heard this phrase?
Would you just think about it? I'm done thinking about it, Joe. You're not a president. You're not a professor. You're not an 18-wheeler driver. You didn't grow up in a Puerto Rican family. You didn't grow up in the black church. I don't even know if you had kitchen table conversations with your dad about just a little bit more room after this. I don't even know if you know what happened to your son.
The blood of liberty. Wash it, though. Give me a break. No, I mean it, seriously.
Don't you love a politician that has like private security? It's like, I love a politician that has private security, Secret Service, lives in a gated community, and talks about you wanting a gun. Oh, what do you want? Why do you want an AR-15? A weapon of war. Why do you need that?
Amendment. There's never been a time that says you can own anything you want. You couldn't own a cannon during the Civil War. No, I'm serious. Think about it. How much have you heard this phrase? The blood of liberty. Wash it, though. Give me a break. No, I mean it, seriously.
Wait, what is he talking about? Wait. Are people on the left just trained to start clapping and laughing about absolute nonsense at this point? Like they don't actually listen to Joe Biden for any substance. They're just like, the blood of liberty. I mean, come on. Think about it. It's just use your brain. I don't want to use my brain. I can't understand what you're saying. If I use my brain, I'll start to go crazy and wonder what's happening to you.
Wash it, though. Give me a break.
Wash it.
No, I'm serious. Think about it. How much have you heard this phrase? The blood of liberty.
The blood of liberty.
Wash it, though. Give me a break.
I love when Biden's brain just like turns off and he just like, the wash of blood, the blood of give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. He forgot to mention his stand-up comedian too. Yeah, he did. Maybe he spoke at college once. Yeah, maybe. That's why all these people that are getting these like these degrees, honorary degrees, are like, I'm a doctorate, okay? I've been given an honorary doctorate. It makes me have a doctorate. Same thing. The blood of liberty.
No, I mean it.
No,
seriously.
I mean it. Seriously, use your brain.
And by the way, if they want to think to take on government.
If they want to think, what? Say it. God. There's nothing worse than like a politician like this telling you he wants to take away your rights while not even being able to finish an entire sentence. I mean, come on, use your brain.
And by the way, if they want to think to take on government if we get out of line, which they're talking again about, well, guess what?
What? We're talking about it again? I mean, these people seriously think that there's MAGA supporters in these hills that are just waiting for the call. Donald, tell me when to come out.
I'm gonna come.
I'll come out and do anything you want. Donald, make the call, please. God.
And by the way, if they want to think to take on government.
What is he saying? If they want to think somebody put in the chat. Chat, let me know what he's saying.
By the way, if they want to think to take on government if we get out of line, which they're talking again about, well, guess what? They need F-15s. They don't need. Are so
What the? By the way, if they want to talk about us getting out of line, which there's talk. Yeah. There's a bunch of people on the right that are pretty angry at the fact that you're going after political opponents. Imagine that. We had an entire summer of love destroying entire cities by the left over a guy that didn't deserve it. That guy, okay, here he is finishing that thought.
I used to be a law, when I was no longer the vice president, I became a professor at the University
He did say it again, Violet.
of Pennsylvania. Before that, I taught a constitutional law class, and so I taught the Second Amendment. There's never been a time that says you can own anything you want. Never. You couldn't own a cannon during the Civil War. No, I'm serious. Think about it. How much have you heard this phrase?
Just think about it.
The blood of liberty. Wash of dough. Give me a break. No, I mean it. Seriously.
I think I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to just start like going up to my friends and be like, you don't know how these left wingers are always like, the blood of liberty, bitch. Yeah. I mean, give me a break, right? I mean, give me a break. Use your brain. It's amazing what he can get away with. God. Are they just so into their own cult that they'll clap for anything? Or do they actually think this guy is totally all there? And they actually are understanding a language that nobody that understands the English language can understand. I don't get it. What are you clapping about? You don't even know what he said.
I mean it. Seriously. And by the way, if they want to think to take on government if we get out of line, which they're talking again about, well, guess what? They need F-15s. They don't need a rifle. Folks, look, this is crazy what we're talking about.
Exactly, just like the Taliban. Oh, did we lose that? Whoops.
Because whether we're Democrats...
I mean, imagine stoking this kind of fear in people. You're just like, these people, there's talk about it. There's talk about them coming out and fighting us. Man, all they have is fear porn. That's all they have. The right is taking over. Trump is literally Hitler in disguise.
I'm going to come.
Because whether we're Democrats or Republicans, we want our families to be safe.
Yeah. Give up your Secret Service then. And be like, just like us. Look, I will be for gun control if the president gives up the gun, gives up Secret Service. All the politicians give up their security. No more gated communities anywhere. And police aren't allowed to have guns. Nobody's allowed to have... Like, it's just so stupid. It's my sister. You're getting bigger. I can't wait. Isn't it incredible? It's just like the audacity. It's like when Gavin Newsom was talking about, I remember this vivid video of Gavin Newsom talking about gun confiscation and like taking guns off the streets, and also these right wingers taking their guns, their AR-15s, their weapons of war. What do they need them for? Well, at the same time, he had like 5 or 6 private security guards with armed weapons on their holstered, and you're just like, do you not see your irony at all? Yeah, why would I, who lives in an inner city, a big city, that you're not locking up criminals, you're allowing people to just continue to roam the streets, why do I need to feel safe and feel like I can own a gun to protect my family? Why would I need to do that? It's 2024. I just wave my LGBTQ flag out in front, and they know that in this house stands for everything that the left stands for. And I don't know what that is, but I'm still figuring it out, and it changes every day. I just hate the irony. I want a t-shirt that says, give me a break. Me too. Give me a break. I mean, going around and telling people that they need to... It's almost like they want a civil war at this point. Am I the only one that thinks that? It's like, they just constantly talk so much trash about the right. They're constantly saying things like, "What you're gonna take out the government? You're gonna need F-15s. We're gonna lock up your political opponents. We're gonna lock up the biggest voices on the right as well, and there's nothing you can do." Oh, January 6th. Oh, we're about to get into that as well. There's a Nancy Pelosi video running around that we need to talk about. But first, we must address this. Joe Biden is one of the greatest dancers of all time. Almost as good as Trump. Does he know where he is? I just want to zoom into this. This look. What is this look right here? I think he just shit his pants. He did it again. He just looked over. He's having a good time. Everyone's dancing. His arms are just totally still. They don't move at all. I mean, that is the most robotic thing I've ever seen in my life. And then the way he's like looking, he's dancing, he's having a good time and pretending, and then he gives this look. Where's the look? He's looking, and he looks over. Can somebody get me? Can somebody get me out of here? I just I did a no-no. Joe Biden, make sure you keep dancing. People are watching you, idiot. And then even the dude next to him knows he pooped his pants and then puts his arm around him. He wipes his head. He goes, "Oh God, I just smelled that stuff, man." He's like, "Did you do it?" And then Joe goes, "Yeah, I did it." And he puts his arm around him. He's like, "I did it too." This is highbrow content here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're not used to this kind of stuff. This video should tell you everything. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what time it is. He's just, he's lost. That look that he looks over to somebody of like, God, it almost looks like he's like, okay, time to go. Daddy's time. It's time for daddy to leave. Drop a like on the video if you guys are watching live on YouTube or I don't know how Twitter works with, X. Remember I canceled that joke? We're not doing that joke anymore. I'm not done with Joe Biden though. This is just a reminder that this is still the man that's in charge of nuclear codes, starting wars. Joe Biden at his best today says this.
She knows so long as she was denied, our freedom can never be secured.
What's that?
So long as she was denied. She knows so long as she was denied, our freedom can never be secured. She knows so long as she was denied.
He is ready for the debate with Trump. Good luck, Trump. Good luck trying to come up against this. This man is on fire. We are just like such in a banana republic and nothing matters. And it's just ridiculous at this point. How you guys doing in chat? I can't tell if my chat was frozen or not. Okay, there it is. Throwing up. Don't throw up, man. Don't throw up. Maybe we need to have a t-shirt that says "Give me a break." Okay. I think this might be the biggest story. I almost feel like this story is a bigger deal than Hunter Biden and is like taking away from the Hunter Biden stuff. Shabbat under pressure. Minnesota. Okay. This video. Okay. Maybe some of you guys already know about this video, but this is incredible stuff. Just look at this, okay? So, yesterday, breaking video emerges of January 6th. Start over again, okay? Look at this. Breaking video emerges from January 6th showing Nancy Pelosi herself, the stock market queen, admitting to not securing the Capitol before the riot. Huh? We did not have accountability for what's going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. And then she goes on to say, I take full responsibility. I take responsibility for not having the Capitol Police prepared to move. I take responsibility? Oh, you said it, not me. And why did this video come out yesterday and then the Hunter Biden stuff gets talked about today? This, I think, is a huge acknowledgement and story that is being brushed under the rug. Because we're going to talk about Hunter Biden, okay? The Biden administration, no one is above the law, including Joe Biden himself. So here's Nancy Pelosi. I wish I was making this up. I'm not. Because this is insane. This just shows what kind of banana republic we're actually in.
We have responsibility, Terry. We did not have any accountability for what was going on there, and we should have. This is ridiculous. You're going to ask me in the middle of the thing when they've already breached the inaugural stuff that should we call the Capitol Police? I mean, the National Guard? Why weren't the National Guard there to begin with?
Great question.
They thought that they had sufficient resources.
No, that is not a question of how they had been. They don't know. They clearly didn't know, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for more. We have responsibility.
I take responsibility. What? Is this whole thing a sham? Was this all part of the plan? Because it's starting to seem like it, isn't it? I know you're not allowed to say these type of things online, but what the is this? I take full responsibility. And so what does a good politician do when a huge, groundbreaking admission gets put on the internet everywhere? Oh, they go on MSNBC to clear up the air. Why don't you clear up the air for us, Nancy?
The fact is that the President of the United States, the former president, and his toadies do not want to face the facts. They're trying to do revisionist history on January 6th.
Yeah, it's revisionist, but you said it. Who's revising it right now? Is it these MAGA extremists? Or is it you? Are you trying to revise the history of you saying, I take full responsibility?
No, and I take responsibility for not having them just prepare for.
I take responsibility. Isn't that incredible? I mean, this is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. A politician gets caught in the moment saying the truth, which is a rarity in itself. And then you go on to say, hey, what you just saw was a right-wing psyop. What? What you saw wasn't real.
I'm gonna come.
It's fake news. Is that right, Nancy? Is that right? Or are you a lying and you're trying to change it because you got caught with your pants down? I mean, it's just incredible. Violet says maybe she's trying to play dumb and save face because I was under the impression she told them not to have the guard there. Of course, yeah. I just come out and say I was drinking, I'm an alcoholic, and then people are like, oh, okay, well, just dismiss that. But anybody with a brain cell like us knows that you told the truth there. Okay, here we go.
The fact is that the President of the United States, the former president, and his toadies do not want to face the facts. They're trying to do revisionist history on January 6th. But we cannot let us be dragged into their, again, false impression of what happened that day. They know what happened that day. The fact is that
Right. Yeah, no one knows what happened that day. They're trying to rewrite the narrative. No, Nancy, you got caught. And this video will be dismissed, and we're going to continue to talk about Hunter Biden and his stupid gun charges. When this is a huge story that should be investigated over why she didn't actually make the call, and should she be held responsible. It's incredible. Just love what's happening. She can plead the addict victim like Hunter does. She can plead the addict victim. Oh yeah, that's true. What an incredible thing to be able to say, though. I mean, that is like one of the most insane videos. This idea that like that when you get called out, it's this right-wing MAGA extremists that are like pushing this narrative, as opposed to, no, you just got caught lying and people are pissed off about that. But this video will get dismissed. I really hope like more news agencies pick up on this, because I swear, if you like look up like Nancy Pelosi admits fault January 6th, like there's just Politico's talking about it, Fox News is talking about it, Daily Mail's talking about it. I mean, it's the same. If you don't have any of these other news agencies, Yahoo's talking about Washington Times, fact check. No, that's February 8th. No one else is talking about it. Of course. Like, you know, this is like one of those things that you bring up in a debate with somebody that says like, who's to blame for January 6th? And then you show them this video and they're like, how come I never saw this video? It's almost like they want you to not see it. The toadies. Yeah. These revisionist historians, these toadies that take time out of their life to actually scan through all the stuff that you are scanning through. It's like, okay, you're using video to make people that went to January 6th and were insane. You're going to like show those videos, but then you won't show the full context. Context is everything. And they don't want context, because context means that they have to actually be held accountable themselves. And maybe everything they believe in is based on a lie. Speaking of everything they believe in, did you guys see this story? ICE agents arrest 8 with suspected ties to ISIS. I thought they were just good people looking for jobs. Oh, they're not? You mean this can happen? You mean out of the millions of people that cross the border, some of them might be wanting to destroy this country? What? Federal investigators arrested 8 foreign nationals located in the United States with alleged ties to a terrorist group, ISIS, in recent days. Multiple officials with knowledge of the operation confirmed to CBS on Tuesday. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement apprehended the Tajikistani nationals in Los Angeles, New York, and Philadelphia. If you're in one of these cities, come on down. You could have been a target. God, you're so racist. Why don't you want these people here? It's almost like you don't like illegals. There's no active terror plot. There was no active. Not active, but there might have been a non-active one. And sources said that information of the concern came to the attention of law enforcement. Isn't that like the most incredible thing ever? That they just like add this in? Hey, I know they were part of the ISIS, but they weren't an active terror plot. And so if you're getting mad about the fact that the border is wide open and people are crossing the border that could potentially be tied to ISIS or other extremist organizations, you're racist. It shows. It shows the people like you guys. And the sources said that information of the concern came to the attention of law enforcement, at least part through a wiretap. Oh, the good old Patriot Act. After individuals had crossed into the United States. God. You know, it's like they know that these people are bad, and they're like, you know what? We'll just wiretap them. Don't worry about it. God, you freaking right-wing supremacist. The news of the apprehensions was first reported in the New York Post. Of course, that big right-wing extremist news site. The rest occurred within months. Wow. Thanks, FBI. It just took us a few months. Ray warned in April that the human smuggling operations at the southern border were bringing the people with possible connections to the terror group. Do you feel safe? Like this constant, you saw this all online. You saw that like in Europe, Ireland, France, this right movement because people are afraid for their lives. The DA are just letting people out, mass migration, homeless on the street, drug infestation, taking over entire cities. And they're like, how could these people not want this? God, it takes two brain cells to figure this out. Are you afraid of ISIS coming to a neighborhood near you? God. What are we gonna do, guys? What are we gonna do? We have Nancy Pelosi admitting to things that we're supposed to pretend like we don't actually hear, and that ISIS is coming across the border. I don't want to freak you out. They're not all ISIS, but it was always a possibility, and we all knew this was going to happen. But as always, my favorite thing in my life is to check in with Morning Joe. I'm going to get Morning Joe's take on everything that happens with Hunter Biden and Donald Trump at the moment, because they're my pulse on what makes the left insane. Take it away, Mika, you genius, you.
Again, it's just like the way we started this show. Trump is literally crazy on stage, and I say it not...
He's literally crazy. Literally. He's like literally crazy. I swear to God. God. Okay, in this clip, she's going to say that that Donald Trump is losing it cognitively. These people are so insane and so off their rocker that they want you to believe that Joe Biden is totally fine and that Donald Trump is the one with mental decline. It's so stupid. What world are we in? Up is down, down is up, plus is minus, go.
Again, it's just like the way we started this show. Trump is literally crazy on stage, and I say it not in a good way. No. Not well.
Not well.
Not fit.
Not
mentally capable
Genius.
of holding together a sentence when his prompter goes down. And yet Biden is...
Yeah. The guy that does 2-hour rallies can't hold it together on stage. Yeah. That's the narrative we're going with.
Constantly covered for being old, but yet travels onto the world stage doing speeches, dinners, important ceremonies, recognizing people who suffered and survived D-Day, right. Spending time with them.
Spending time, breathing, eating, pooping his pants, all the above. He's doing it all. Her point, somebody gets paid like $300,000, $1 million a year to put on this crap, is that Donald Trump is losing it on stage and can't read a teleprompter, and Joe Biden is totally fine. God, these people are idiots. Go.
Connecting with them. You see it all on video. Except if you go to these places or you talk to those Republicans, you see the one time where he couldn't find his chair.
Well, but even
that was the only thing. That was it. That was the only thing. That was the only thing Joe Biden messed up. He couldn't find his chair one time. Shut up. Mika, I can show you. I have so many shorts that I've created myself based on Joe Biden messing up language. Okay, and here's Daddy. Daddy comes in to support her in her idiotic take.
It's a lie. It's disinformation. It's doctored.
This is where we are right now.
It's lies
New
versus
America.
the truth. It really is. And
So true.
and let Republicans keep lying about Joe Biden. It's only going to help him in the end. It's only going to lower expectations so much that he's going to come out and do what he does at every State of the Union address. He's going to outperform because of all the lies that are told about him.
That's right. What you're seeing with your two eyes, all the videos, and we showed two today that he said two things that made absolutely no sense, and people just start clapping. Seriously, I want that kind of hype people that love and support me. It's like, Derek, what do you have to say about what's going on in the world? Wow. I didn't know he could say something like that. Unreal. Who are you? Get off my screen. Your hate for these people that are on MSNBC, on NBC, Fox News, whatever, is not enough. These people will lie and then call you a liar in the process. It's incredible. It's incredible. You're right, though. These right-wing extremist podcasts that are going around sharing these videos of Joe Biden gaffing are the problem, not these people. They're the real patriots.
I'm gonna come.
They believe they are totally fine. They don't care, you know? They don't care about America. They don't care about the country. They just care about the ratings. They just want you to continue to watch them, get excited about them, and they will lie to your face if they have to. It doesn't matter. Violet says you could make one of those 10-hour YouTube videos worth of Biden flubs in the past year and wouldn't even be a loop. Full 10 hours. I should do that. We've talked about on this program. I don't know why I call it a program. We've talked about this on this podcast a few times about how I've been wanting to do a 12-hour, maybe 24-hour Kamala-thon where we watch all Kamala Harris videos. I'll probably do that coming up in October or November sometime, you know, where people are feeling depressed and I want to be depressed as much as you. We'll do that to raise money for a good cause or something. And it'll be a 24-hour Kamala-thon. It'll be wonderful. But now we should do like a Joe Biden flub, Joe Biden gaff-a-thon, because I think it would be even better. Okay. I think I'm going to end it with this last video. This video right here. Let's end it on a positive note, huh? Enough of this Hunter Biden okay? And I hope you guys know whenever I press this button, I don't actually curse. I'm a liar. I'm sorry. I do it for effect. My family members are like, why do you cuss so much? I'm just pressing a button, crazy. All right, here we go. Or am I cussing a lot? Okay, here we go. This video, we need a good feel-good factor. And I think we need a story. This story will break your heart, mend it, and bring it back together. Take it away, ABC 7 News.
Driver went over an embankment on a forest road in Oregon. One of his dogs turned into a canine hero by running away and getting help. The man lost control on a curve, the truck crashing into a stream. He had 4 dogs with him, and one of them made it back to camp 4 miles away and alerted the other people who had been with the driver. They, in turn, alerted the sheriff's department, and a search and rescue team found the truck. The driver airlifted to the hospital. All of the dogs survived the crash.
What? A dude gets in a rollover, and his dog runs 4 miles for help. I swear to God, if my dog doesn't do that for me, I'm gonna lose it. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come. Come. Come here. Are you gonna save me? Come here. She's already ready. Are you gonna save me? Will you save my life? Will you save me? She'll probably just run after a squirrel. Useless. Absolutely useless. Do you have a dog that'll save your life like those dogs? Not only do the dogs completely be okay, but they saved their owner's life. And you're gonna tell me that dogs don't go to heaven? Get out of my chat. All right. Stupid. Was it Lassie? Yeah, Lassie. Come, girl. Come. God, my husky, she would just like, if I got in a car accident and my husky was like, Derek, what do you want me to do? She'd just be like, go get help, girl. And she'd go, no, and just take off. She would see one bunny and then I would never see her again. No, she better save my life. All right, guys, we've learned so much today. We need to have a little recap time about everything we've learned about the whole Hunter Biden we need Huskies. Yeah, Huskies, man. Wait. What did we learn today? We learned that Hunter Biden got charged with a gun crime. Should have got charged with something else. We learned that nobody is above the law in the Joe Biden administration, except if you do real crimes. We'll get you for something, and everyone should be happy about that. We learned that dogs are pretty cool. They'll save your life unless you own a husky. We learned that Nancy Pelosi says that she takes full responsibility for January 6th. Today was a day that can bring us together as Americans. Just another reminder, if your parent is a politician, don't get on the board of Burisma. Don't do crack. And if you're gonna do crack, don't buy a gun. Wait till you're sober. Post rehab, then buy all the guns you want. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Had so much fun today. The live show tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out with us. Thank you guys so much for being here. Violet, thanks for holding down the Twitter chat. Marcia, Valerie, Maggie, Todd. Thank you guys all for being here. You guys are the most amazing people on earth. I appreciate every single one of you. If you don't mind dropping a like on the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. Love spending this hour with you guys. Hopefully soon we'll have more than an hour of stuff, and it'll be even more crazy. Have a wonderful day, and remember, Hunter Biden is guilty of